and welcome to the Veggie Kitchen. I'm your host Ed. We're coming to you from Orange County, California. Today I'm making up a great comfort food, a tofu pot pie with a mashed potato topping. Stay tuned, VeggieKitchen.org. Today I'm making up a tofu pot pie with a mashed potato topping. This is a great comfort food, perfect for winter time. I've already got the mashed potatoes, cooking up to be mashed, and I've got some margarine in my pan here, heated up, and I'm going to start with my veggies. I got a little bit of red onion and some celery. For convenience in today's recipe, I'm going to be using some frozen vegetables. I got an email, well, I get letters from folks like you who watch the show, emails, and someone said, vegetarians, there's too much chopping involved. You guys are always chopping. And I thought, well, you know, I guess we are. So, for convenience today, we're using frozen vegetables, okay? All I do with my frozen vegetables, I just, this is 2 cups, by the way. I just put them in a bowl of water and rinse them to get the ice off, and that's it, and they're ready to use. You can use any kind of vegetables you want, but I'm just showing you we're using this today. And this is a tofu pot pie in place of chicken. Most people use chicken pot pie, right? We're using tofu, and we're using a pressed tofu. I took a firm block of tofu, and then I just simply pressed it over by my sink here. I had some blocks. Actually, I had some bottles of rice milk on top of it to squeeze out the water, and that's what we're using. This takes out the extra water out of the tofu. So I'm going to get this sauteing up. For my spices, we're using poultry seasoning. And as I said, the frozen veggies. I'm going to get all this going on. Check on the mashed potatoes, and we'll be back, okay? See you in a few. VeggieKitchen.org. Welcome back. The potatoes are done. Actually, I steamed them. I didn't boil them. A lot of people boil their potatoes. I like to cube mine first, put them in the steamer. Took me 15 minutes. They're just where I want them now. Adding a little margarine here to them. While they're hot, it'll melt. And for some liquid, I'm using some rice milk. Just a skosh, just about 1/8 of a cup. A little salt and pepper. And then I'm going to do the mashing. Then I'm going to set this aside because I have to finish the veggie. I put in the tofu when we were off camera. I let the veggies cook a little bit first. Actually, I need to give this a stir. As I said, it was pressed tofu. A regular firm block. And I just put it between 2 cutting boards at an angle at the sink. Put some weight on top. I put some rice milk cartons on it, a couple of pounds, for 20 minutes. It squeezes out the extra water and got the tofu where I wanted it. Usually tofu is really wet, you know. Okay, so to this now, I have to put in a little salt and pepper. And I'm adding some garbanzo flour. I'm going to make like a roux, like a gravy with this, right? A pot pie has like a gravy. So I've got some garbanzo flour here. You may remember the garbanzo flour when we made the gluten-free and tasty gravy. Same stuff. I just got it in here just to toast. I don't know if you saw that, but I made a little pool in the center of my frying pan to put the powder in. Just want to let it toast up a bit. About 30 seconds is going to do it. And I think we're about there. Mix it through. And then I'm going to add some veggie broth. I got about a cup of veggie broth. And now I'm going to get into letting it boil up again. Stir it, it'll thicken up. We'll be back. We'll put the pie together, okay? See you in a second. Actually, in about 5 seconds. Okay, VeggieKitchen.org. Okay, we're back. The pot boiled up, the pan boiled up, and the liquid has gotten thick. The liquid interacting with the flour made it like a gravy. And this is done. if my calculations are correct, I had 12 ounces of tofu, and I had about a cup of the celery and the red onion mixed together, and 2 cups of the frozen veggie. Hopefully we should have like a full, yeah, look at that. Should come out full. Look at that. Good one, it worked, see? There's a few steps to make this recipe, but it is worth it. It's going to taste so good. You're going to love it. There you go. By the way, my pie crust, these are frozen pie crusts. You buy them in the natural food store. They come in the frozen section, organic whole wheat, really nice. And on top, as I said, the mashed potato. See, I'm just going to make a nice layer across the top. You got to use your hands sometimes, you know what I mean? Have no fear, I did wash them. Actually, you're not going to get to taste this anyway. You're just watching, huh? Well, but the crew is going to eat it, so they know. Okay. So I heated up, actually pre-cooked the pie crust for about 5 minutes. I like to do that just to get, they're frozen, you know, just to get a little bit of the chill off them, and also to start pre-baking the bottom. And all this saves time on the end here, the baking. The oven's on 350. This should go for about 30 minutes straight up. That's on my oven. Yours should be, you'll have to check it on your oven. Okay, doesn't that look great? And this was about 4 medium-sized potatoes. And looks like it'll come up exactly enough to do the job. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. So now, I'm just going to do a little bit of cosmetics here, try to get it to the edge. Run my fork across the top, make some tracks. And then in the oven it goes. Here we go, okay? In the oven, hot. I'm putting it on a tray so it doesn't spill in the oven. "30 minutes of that, and when it's all done, it will look like this." Isn't that great? I made this one right before we started the show. Perfect. See that? Easy to make, delicious recipe, comfort food, tofu pot pie, mashed potatoes topping. I'll have this recipe on the site. Why don't you make one up, try it, share it with your family. It's a great recipe. You're going to love it. Okay? VeggieKitchen.org as always. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.